Nicholson for a Western Conference contest with the Los Angeles Clippers here in LA. The road trip for the Rockets ends here as they leave for Houston right after the game. This is a hot team. They currently hold the best record in the entire NBA.
Kevin, I don't think they're too worried about the winning streak coming to an end, especially if they just do what they've been doing, which is play good, solid, smart basketball at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, Clark, and given some of the other teams they've taken down during the winning streak, you got to believe they're going to add one more to it tonight, as long as they come out and are focused and play their game.
Tip-off goes to Houston. All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Houston. Fry, he's in at the point. Harden and Ariza out on the perimeter. Andrew Nicholson out there with Dwayne Dedman. Now, here is Harden. 6 on the shot clock. Takes it from 10, and he gets it to go. Harden's got the first points on the scoreboard for Houston.
And he's on the board early.
The first to strike there. Nice hoop.
And it's Paul penetrating. Right side Griffin. Blocked. Pass to McMillan. Paul outside. Pass to Crawford. From outside the arc. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
You really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
And Fry kicks to Harden. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Nicholson dishes to Dedman. Kicks it out to Harden. Houston moving the ball around. No good from Fry.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Ball outside. Knocked away. And stolen by Fry. Jumps up. And then cheers down as he goes right over Chris Paul. That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary, partner.
Man.
Oh, you know it. The guy can climb the ladder, can't he?
Griffin. The jumper's good from inside 6 feet.
Man, a pleasure to watch him work at that end of the floor.
The Rockets have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Fry passes to Harden. Feeds to Dedman. Kicks it to Fry. Shot clock at 6. Harden's shot is off.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
There's the bucket. Good. Crawford's got 5 now.
Unselfish basketball on the interior. I love that, and you got to think the coaching staff does too.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. On the wing, Harden. Lots of room. And he drops that one in.
It's going to be tough for the defense today. If he's got his A game rolling here tonight, we'll see.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. And now let's bring up the numbers and show you the point guards with the highest assist rate over the past month. Number 1, Chris Paul.
You know, for the purists out there, he has really been fun to watch with the ball in his hands. He can make any pass on the court, and he creates so many easy baskets for his teammates.
Yeah, you know, I'd love to know, Steve, how many of their baskets have come as a direct result of one of his passes. I know it's a bunch. Their offense isn't near what it is without him at the wheel.
Well, he had that height separation there on the mid-range jump shot. Really good job of taking advantage of that.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. 3-pointer. Ariza with the rebound. Houston in the lead. Now it's send it over to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Kevin McHale.
Kevin, he knows they're facing a team that can really do some damage at the rim. They're hoping to salvage a win against them this season, and he said the key will be controlling the paint and preventing those close-range opportunities. We'll see if they can get it done.
Thanks again, Doris. The dish to Nicholson. Back to Ariza. This is it to Fry. There's a screen. Goes up off the pick, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, you know, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the score by Houston. Griffin kicks to Crawford. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. That's 7 points for Crawford.
And a moment to check out where DeAndre Jordan sits in the league rankings. Second in field goal percentage. And he's in the top 10 in the league in blocked shots per game. So he's a real force in the paint defensively.
And let's look at his phenomenal field goal percentage again, Steve. I mean, that's really a function of good teammates, a good system, but most of it is just taking good shots and making most of them.
Here is Harden, following the score by Jamal Crawford. It's Harden with the drive. Knocks down the step-back J. Harden's got 6 points.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense is giving. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
And there's the pass to Paul. Out left to the wing. Crawford outside. Fires at the elbow. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Seemed like they hit every big shot they had in that game. Kevin, their offense was clicking, but really clutch in big moments.
That's ideally the way you want it to unfold on the road, Steve. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into the game.
Now Crawford. Trevor Ariza missing from long range. Crawford drives in. A putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Jordan's got his first bucket in this one.
Smooth, guys. Very good job there of getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
And you know, those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes as much as any single play in a game.
Yeah, they really can. I mean, they can't allow him to beat them to so many of those offensive rebounds. That'll kill you.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Jordan. Boozer comes in for Blake Griffin. Wilcox is checked in for McMillan. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jamal Crawford. Here's Redick. 11 points for him in that last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans. Boozer is screen on Dragic. Kicks it out to Paul. Shot clock at 6. Here's Redick. Rockets with some nice D. Rockets leading by 3. His passes to McDaniel. 1:27 left to play in the first. Here's Covington. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Covington's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Well, and that's why they're on this run, guys. They're getting the ball inside and getting really high percentage looks.
Now here's Paul. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Redick. It's blocked. Moving it up. And it's good. Off through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
The Rockets shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
Some outstanding numbers in this one for the Wizards. He's already got 10 points and a steal. This is the way he wanted to start the game.
Yeah, he's been going at it full speed right from the opening whistle.
Oh, with that last huddle, you could see the coach was addressing how they were going to make a tactical adjustment.
And after the coach does something like that, it's on the players now to lock in and follow the lead and execute. If they don't, then the coach will put them on the pound.
Here's Fry after the Clippers pick up 2.
You know, they've been beating this club to a lot of loose balls and rebounds here early on.
Love the work ethic they've come out of the locker room with.
The Rockets have shot just 1 free throw, missing that one early. And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Fry. Now here's Paul. Gets it off. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Houston.
Well, their frenetic defense has really been impressive, putting a lot of pressure on ball handlers and turning them over.
You know, another thing they've done well, guys, this first half is challenge shooters and change shots. A bunch of block shots early.
So on the floor for Houston. Fry in at point guard. Robert Covington out there with Montejunas. Then there's Dragic, and it's McDaniel at the 5. Clippers trailed by 7. And here's Reddick. That is good. Reddick's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Clippers.
Risky shot there. Size-wise, I mean, he easily comes out on the short end of the stick, so to speak.
With the nice high release, he had no problem getting it off and knocking it down.
A chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Hi, Kevin. The Wizard in their last time out against the Nuggets was superb. He ended with 31 points and played some lockdown defense as well, causing havoc on both ends of the floor. Numbers like that make you anxious to see what he can do next time out.
All right, Doris, thank you. He played at a level that very few players are capable of playing, Clark.
Yeah, I agree. I was just glad I got a chance to witness it. It's always such a special night when a player of his caliber gets so locked in and focused.
And you know, in an 82-game season with so much talent, every once in a while, everything's going to click. And that was definitely the case that night.
Now here's Paul. After the miss from Fry. They get a hand on it. Boozer dishes to Paul. The feed to Wilcox. 5 on the clock. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Fires from 14. That's good. The Houston lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Hawes.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Now, here's Fry, defended by Paul. Now, Fry. He had 31 points in the win against the Nuggets in Denver.
Yeah, not to mention 4 big steals on the night. He's getting it done at both ends of the floor.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Paul goes in, and he gets the bucket. Paul's got his first points in this one.
Little touch of class there, guys. The end of that play with the finger roll.
Now, here's Fry, defended by Paul. Montejunas. That is good. Montejunas has got the lead up to 8 now for Houston. Paul outside. Boozer with the screen for Paul. Right side, Boozer. That one wide left.
Really high quality shot there. Just a little off with his release.
That miss right there will definitely leave him shaking his head. They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
The defense has to make an adjustment. They've got to string together some stops, or at the very least, try to force this team into some bad shots.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Hawes. Griffin comes in for Carlos Boozer. McMillan, he checked in for Wilcox. And it's Crawford in for Chris Paul. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, Doc Rivers was just addressing the plan with his team. Their transition offense has to be a focal point, he told them. Points on the break are going to be crucial for the rest of this game. Also, he said that he'd like them to operate quickly on offense, finding and taking shots early in the shot clock. Well, Coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Here's Dedmon, right now averaging 5 points a game. Banked in off the glass. Dedmon's got the lead back up to 10 now for the Rockets.
The defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
Now here's Reddick, averaging 8 points a game. Fires from deep. Here's Jordan, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
That's some tenacity inside, battling for the second chance points.
Fry with the ball. He's got 15. He kicks it to Nicholson. And McMillan pulls it down. Clippers trailed by 8. Here's Reddick. He dishes it to Crawford. And Reddick pitched to Crawford. Riven sets the screen for Crawford. He used that pick to get in close. Crawford's got 9. Houston making a switch. Let's go to the 2K. And so that brings the first half to a close. Rockets lead by 6. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Well, Doc, as we...
All right, listen closely, man. I've got a few things to touch.
Here we go. The start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from the Wizards.
Clay created a lot of opportunities for himself in the first couple of quarters. And I'll tell you what, he was smart with his shot making too. He really took good ones.
You know, points per shot attempted is really one of the undervalued stats in the game, and it's a real measurement of efficient scoring.
CP3 and Jamal Crawford make the back. Blake Griffin down low and DeAndre Jordan. And it's McMillan in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Kevin McHale. Here's Dedmon. Harden right side. Houston needs to get a shot. Here's Fry. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. And that's 17 points for the Wizard.
Got a lot of momentum going with his own game. He's been great today and just as hot as he was last time out.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Harden outside. Cannot hit. And the Clippers will come the other way. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And I think the sort of issues they had on defense, in part at least, was a bigger factor. Really compounded, I think, because he was on the road. You have to be sharper when you go out and play as a visitor.
Yeah, everything has to be tight. You can't be loose in any aspect of your game. You're fighting against the crowd and the opponent. You've got to be tougher mentally and physically if you're going to win on the road.
Now here's Griffin following the miss by Trevor Ariza. 13 feet away. The Rockets pull it in. Ariza's got 4 rebounds in this game.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
No good from Fry.
Well, they need a shot or two to fall here soon. They're only 1 of 4 since the break.
Here's McMillan. Right now averaging 7 points a game. Crawford, no one around him. Hits the 3-point bomb. Crawford's got 12 points in the game.
What a sweet assist by CP3.
Houston leading by 3. Fry, good.
Late reaction from the defense, and he's always going to make good on that.
Clippers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
During that break, Spurs had some words for his team. He'd like them to concentrate on their transition game, to keep the tempo fast and put pressure on the defense in the open court. Something else he mentioned is that he's giving them the green light on offense. He wants to see a high volume of shots. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Here's Crawford after the made shot from front. Ariza against Crawford. Ariza passes to Fry. And McMillan pulls it down. McMillan's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And Houston gets called for the foul. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Jordan. And the Rockets making a change here. Ball outside. He's looking for Griffin and finds him. 6 to shoot. Los Angeles with another miss.
And the fadeaway was about his only option there. Really good defensive position.
Covington dishes to Fry. And that one's good. And it's a 7-point Rocket lead. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Pass to Griffin. He feeds it to Hawes. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
How did he... get that to go?
Even after the whistle, I like the awareness, the alertness, and the presence of mind to finish the play.
Carlos Boozer's checked in for the Clippers. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Dragic is checked in. Doubled by Crawford. Shoots the 3. No good from Dragic. Clippers trailed by 4. Ball kicks to Hawes. Pass to McMillan. Now here's Paul, averaging 19 points per contest. And that one's good. Paul's got 4 this quarter.
That's his brand of basketball, and he plays it as well as anyone. And as we get into crunch time, they need him at his best.
Now here's Fry. He started closer. He came off the screen and finished with authority.
Well, I tell you what, it was the good pick that was set that turned him loose.
And once he got around it, Steve, it was smooth sailing right to the hole.
Well, because of the pick, he had plenty of room. That's why he was able to power down that slam.
And the Clippers have possession. The Rockets making the shot. Doubled by Crawford. Here's Moniunas. Hands it from downtown. Moniunas has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Boy, when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like he can, what a huge bonus that is.
Crawford against Dragic. Out to the right wing. McMillan kicks to Hawes. McMillan passes to Hawes. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Hawes got 7 points.
He's doing his best to carry him, fellas, but he can only do so much. Things would be different for them if he was getting a little more help.
A different look for the Clippers. Wilcox comes in for McMillan. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jamal Crawford. Dishes it to Fry. Houston moving the ball around. Pass to McDaniel. Feeds it to Covington. And it's Dragic off the drive. And good on the basket. Book it. Clippers trailed by 7. And here is Paul. He has 6. And it's Boozer that time in the end. Assist by Paul. Paul's got 4 assists now tonight.
And it was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
Now here's Dragic. Here's McDaniel. Pause with the block.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they've chased down that pumpkin often.
Here's Moniunas. Covington passes to McDaniel. Fade away. Good. And the Rockets lead by 7. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for Houston.
Boy, defensively, they've played with high energy level, guys, and all the steals we've seen, really a result of that aggressiveness.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
Shots good from Hawes.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Well, that's important because this game, I think, is going to be decided by who controls the paint in crunch time.
Now, here's Fry. 23 points in the game. Kicks to Dragic. 6 on the shot clock. Covington dishes to Fry. 3-pointers off the mark. Clippers trailed by 5. Now Redick. The dish to Hawks. Wilcox kicks to Hawks. And the shot is good. Hawks got 9 points here in the second half.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball. Having their way down low.
To the wing on the left. Lets it go with a 3. And he gets the bucket. Covington's got 5 points so far. Now the pass to Hawks. 3 seconds left. And it comes off the front of the rim. It's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Well, it had to be this play, don't you think, Kevin? Sure. This is just a phenomenal pass. Made the defense look like no idea what was going on.
What precision with that pass.
Beautiful.
And here are the Rockets now. They've led by as much as 10. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home.
Some good matchups out there. That Washington Wizards game definitely worth checking out.
So on the floor for Houston. Fry, he's in at point guard. Harden and Ariza out on the perimeter. Dwayne Dedmon is out there with Andrew Nicholson.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger clock right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's with them.
Yeah, but you don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up, though, either.
Griffin's shot is off.
I'm not sure why he's fading away. He could have gone straight up for that shot. He would have had a better chance of making it.
And Fry kicks to Harden. And there's the feed to Dedmon. He dishes it to Fry. 6 to shoot. Here's Nicholson. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. It's Crawford with the drive. That's good. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Fry with the ball. Six on the shot clock. Jordan with the block. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. To the inside. It's tipped. Ariza outside. He kicks to Fry. Pass to Nicholson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. He misses the free throw. The second free throw, good. Here's Paul. As their comeback bid had better get started.
I think there's still enough time for him here, Kevin. I think there's a good chance they can make it happen.
I don't know. I mean, it's going to take a pretty big run. They're going to have to be almost perfect to get this one done. What a display of offense we've seen today, and it's only getting better.
Well, both defenses have been on their heels all day, and it's begun to take its toll.
Now, here's Fry. The leader. One off the back iron and out.
You know, normally when you dominate on the glass, it really shows up on the scoreboard, but not so much here today.
You're right, Steve. Typically, it is a good barometer that indicates who's winning. But not so.
Rockets leading by 8. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Harden outside. Nailed from three-point land.
I think they're trying to go for the kill here. I mean, they're starting to take a lot more three-point shots than they had been before, looking to run away.
Yeah, and that's fine as long as you're making them, but make sure you don't start launching bad shots. That's a problem.
Here's Griffin. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Griffin's got 4 points this quarter. Houston's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. They set the screen, and Fry slams it in. Some serious agility coming out of the backcourt.
You know, that bucket might count for a little more than 2 points when he finishes with that kind of flourish.
Yeah, against a D that was already reeling a little bit. That was like a body blow.
Here's Jordan following the score by Houston. By Paul, nobody around. From beyond the arc.
Well, nothing was going down for him in the first half, but since the break, he's been on target.
Here is Harden. He feeds it to Fry. 5 on the clock. Back to Harden. Harden missing again. Clippers trailed by 8. To McMillan. Cannot hit. Good D by Ariza.
He still couldn't finish, even though it looked like he had a lane to the rim. But too often, that's the story for him. That's kind of been the story here today, hasn't it, Clark?
The Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Paul passes to Crawford. Griffin dishes the ball. It's tipped. The Rockets on the break. And there's Ariza. That's good on the assist by Fry. Fry's got 6 assists now in the game. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Guys, untidy. You got to value the possession of the basketball.
I know you agree with that, Steve.
No, totally. You got to play with control and composure, Kevin.
Now here's Crawford. All up top. Just 5 to shoot. Kicks it out to Crawford. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Fry. Fry's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty. It's astonishing to see a player, Clark, at his position who can get to the rim like that.
Yeah, he goes very vertical on you, Kevin.
And once he's up there, you know he's going to throw it down hard.
And it's the Clippers with the ball. Following the score by Houston.
There's been a change in this game compared to what we saw in the first half. And he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
Rockets leading by 12. And then jammed down as he goes right over Chris Paul. Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Boy, smooth. How about the hang time? That's impressive.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Kevin McHale address his team. He is not happy with the sloppy play offensively, saying, listen, let's make the simple play. Take care of the basketball. We can't afford to waste any possessions. Guys, can they clean it up?
And thank you for that, Doris. Now here's Paul. Here's McMillan. Dishes the ball. Crawford outside. 6 on the shot clock. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 6th assist on the night. Rockets have gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the fourth. 8 of 12. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Harden kicks to Fry. Passes it to Ariza. And another 3 for Houston.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
And here is Paul. after Trevor Ariza just hit the three. Paul passes to Griffin. Back to Paul. Crawford, no one around him. And another three. For the Clippers.
This guy's really flowing with his stroke right now. He hit one earlier, and now he has 3 in this half.
Houston leading by 11.
I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for Houston.
You're right there, Steve. And one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, Mark, your aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
Well, it deflates the opposition when you can be pesky defensively, and then it sparks your offense, and that's what happened for them. When you have the type of effort we saw tonight, hard to overcome that kind of defensive pressure.
And in what's been a solid season, to say the least, tonight's game to push their win total now up to 53.
This matchup has treated them very well this season. It's more of the same today. This has been as one-sided as the season series can get.
This sure has been. They're going to go 4-0 against them. So I'd say you're right on it.
And you have to look back at this and see what a huge game it's been for the Wizard. He keeps doing everything right, and the points seem to come in bunches. He definitely had the hot hand. Boy, what a great job making good on the second opportunity. He stayed with that play from start to finish.
Harden outside. So we see the Rockets get the win here. It was a solid win.
Well, James, no